Hey guys, before we get into today's product review, which is the Jacoby Black shaft, by the way, I just want to touch on a topic that's pretty hot these days. I guess it's been around for ages, this topic, but it's about aiming systems. You know, I'm a firm non-believer, and it's not about the actual aiming systems, but in my opinion, it kind of complicates this game way too much. It's a difficult game already. So if you spend too much time on trying to figure out the aiming system and learning them, I think that you can spend that time more wisely. That's my opinion. I don't want to be disrespectful to the people who's made these aiming systems, but I think that if there's one system you can adopt, it's the Ghostball, because that teaches you how to visualize the shot. And I think that this game is it's a lot of visualization going on. We need to visualize the shots and execute the shots the way we visualize it. But if you're going to try to understand, if the object ball is 1 1/3 of a diamond up and a ball out from the rail, and your cue ball is here, you're supposed to do some calculations. Like that means that you're going to hit the object ball with 1/3 overlay, and if it's the other side, you're supposed to hit it with 2/3. I don't even know the terms, but I'm not a rocket scientist, but I'm fairly intelligent, and I totally lost the plot after 5 minutes. But I've never been, a drill guy or, aiming system guy. I'll tell you a story. It's I got interested into golf. Some friends took me along. Yeah, and I like the game. I've always been, a sucker for any game with involving a ball. So anyway, after 2 years, I was a handicap 7.8. And that meant that I regularly played, rounds of 77 to 82. My best round was 2 over par, was 74 on that course. But anyway, and I took no lessons. I didn't listen to anybody. I didn't, approach anybody. Of course, that would have been smart to approach better players, but I just wanted to learn how to hit the ball correctly and how to be smart in regards to my course management. And these small things, but if you put them all together, you can accomplish not great things, but you can be a good golf player. And I used a 1/3 swing, 2/3 swing the first year. I used, really good, smart course management. And the reason I'm bringing this up is that it's not because I'm a unique person when it comes to sports involving a ball, but I just focused on hitting the ball and being smart, hitting the ball correctly and being smart. And I think that you can use those, principles in pool as well. In golf, there's a million theories, swing theories and everything. But if you look at somebody like Jim Furyk, who's, one of the best ever, his swing is awful, but he hits the ball correctly. He hits the ball just as good as, Tiger Woods and these guys. But his swing is awful. So when you play pool and you want to improve, just, and if you're considering, aiming systems, just try to learn the Ghostball system. Don't overcomplicate things. And also, depending on your level, obviously, don't try to run each and every single table. You're not going to do that. Even the professionals, they run 30 to 35% of their racks after having the break themselves. when they're second at the table, if the opponent plays a safety or not, they're 5% maybe. But yeah, so they run 30 to 35% of the racks. So why are we, regular players, I'm like Fargo 680, 700 maybe, if I put my best foot forward. So I'm, a regular player. I don't expect to run every single table. I just want to win the game, and then I want to win the match. And to win the match, I need to win, as many games as possible and at least one more game than my opponent. So if that means that I have to run 2-3 balls and then, play a safety, yeah, let's do that. There's no TV cameras, there's no audience, there's no nothing. After the match, nobody cares how you won. All they see is a W next to your name, your name. That's all that matters. So, don't be discouraged if you're not able to run every single game that you're in. And also, don't be afraid of taking, difficult shots. You miss all the shots that you don't take. So, and it's just pool. It's just, a game. None of us are playing in the Mosconi Cup. It's just, you miss, okay, you move on. Perhaps your opponent might run the table and win that game. But, you can still win the match. And if you don't, that's okay. You can go to the losers bracket. You can still win the tournament. But you got to enjoy the game while you're playing it. Don't be too focused on aiming system, running the racks, doing everything perfect. There's a few people in the world that has a perfect, stroke mechanic, Fedor Gorst, Albin Ocean, these guys. But if you look at Shane Van Boning, who's, probably a top 4 player in the world, yeah, something like that, he's got a totally different swing mechanic. But he hits the ball the same way as Jason Shaw and Fedor Gorst and all these guys. They hit the ball the same way. So don't be too hung up on the mechanics and everything. Just make sure that the fundamentals are, good enough so you can strike the ball the way you need to strike the ball, hit the ball the way you need to hit the ball. So yeah, I just wanted to touch on that because I think that if you're, one of those guys or girls who gets sucked into the world of aiming systems and spend, a lot of time trying to figure it out, you're just wasting time. You might take something from it, but you'll never master that system anyway. Yeah, and even if you did, when you're by yourself at a table practicing, you can master it, but you have to bring that into the actual matches. And most often these systems, they don't take into account, the actual dynamics of a match or what's going on the table. So, yeah, try to learn the Ghost system. That's a good system. Teaches you to visualize, and that's very important. Not just visualizing where you need to hit the object ball, but also visualizing in general. What kind of angle you're getting after you made the object ball, what kind of angle you're hitting the rail. If I put this much spin on it, try to visualize it. So Ghostball and visualizing, that's what I would recommend, not to beginners, because you need to teach the fundamentals when you're a total beginner. But if you're like intermediate or something, yeah, that can help you. So I just wanted to touch on that because I see that there's a lot of people advocating these aiming system and this system is better than the other system, and it's probably brilliant systems created by much smarter people than me, but I will never use them. I've looked into a lot of them just to see what it's all about. Otherwise I couldn't speak my mind on them. But I get some questions like, what if Do you use a system? You know, all of these things. And yeah, no, I don't, and I've never done it. And I think you'll find, if you ask all the professionals, they don't use it, and they've never used it. I wouldn't say it's a gimmick, but yeah, don't put too much weight into it. Just go out, hit the balls, visualize, use the Ghostball, and yeah, so that's it.